Oh, hey folks, this is WWE Hall of Famer Hacksaw Jim Duggan, and you're listening to Con Artist Broadcast. Tough guy.
Oh yeah!
Are you ready?
The champ is here!
Now the shit's about to kick off. This party looks whack. Let's take it back to straight hip hop and start it from scratch.
It's just a man. What? Yeah! Yeah! Woo! Yeah! Woo! What? Yeah! Woo! 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 What? What's up with that?
For the benefit of those with flash photography,
Would you please shut the hell up? If you're not down with that, we got 2 words for ya! Oh, yes! What's up?
it's true.
That was what was best for business.
We the people.
Lead and shield.
Follow the buzzer.
I'm the best in the world.
The kid to dig that sucker. And that's the bottom line because Stone Cold said so. Have a nice day.
You're welcome.
The cream of the crop. Nobody does it better.
You're listening to K-5 Wrestling Radio on the CAE Network.
Welcome to the secret edition of K-5 Radio. An hour later than usual and not advertised. You know, I figured if you go on a show and you're like, you know what, let's do a weekly show, let's go 1 hour later and not advertise to anyone, that's how you get lots of, I was about to say viewers, I'm so used to being on YouTube. That's how you get a huge audience. You're just like, you know what, we're going to be here next week an hour earlier, just kidding, an hour later, oh, let's not tell anyone on Twitter, Facebook, or YouTube. I'm pretty sure that is step 1 to building a giant audience on Blog Talk Radio. I'm so happy. They're probably so happy we're part of it.
Bro, I totally advertise.
Like, yes, I'm glad this is working out. I mean, because that's what you do. You start a show an hour late, and you don't tell anyone. So, yeah, if you're listening, you're a better person than us. But we'll send out the Whoa.
What do you mean better person than us? One of us was ready.
That's true.
That's not us. And one of us advertised all the spots they're supposed to advertise to. Oh man, double suck.
So one of us was a good person. The other person woke up. We won't point fingers, but one of the people live in Japan, woke up like just in the nick of time to do the show, and he's like, wow, I don't have internet. And then he did the right thing. He did absolutely the right thing by the manual. Went back to bed. I was like, well, looks like they're screwed.
Fucking this guy. This is what I have to work with. This is it. I understand you just didn't want to do it because you were so upset about Okada getting his ass kicked again.
Oh, dude, I have such mixed feelings. Do you just want to start off with Ring of Honor? Let's start off. I have such mixed feelings, and like I get fucking emotionally involved in this shit. All right, I
like how there wasn't really a choice. Do you want to start off with Ring of Honor? I know we mostly talk WWE, but I'm going to start Ring of Honor.
First off, I'm gonna be doing a review/recap show on YouTube as soon as this goes off the air. So if I'm such a great business partner, I show up late, I don't advertise to my audience, but then when I come on here to your audience, I'm like, don't worry, on YouTube is where my real show is.
Don't worry, the other show will be there in time.
Why is Martin Dunn sending me a letter saying thank you, good luck with all your future endeavors from con artist? But no, I will be breaking this down on YouTube later. But here's the highlights. Okay, first off, dear Ring of Honor, dear Ustream, thank you for lowering your prices of your iPay-per-views. Thank you for bringing the best pro wrestling in the world to America so that the majority of English-speaking audience could see how great New Japan is. Thank you for that. Thank you for a pretty decent pay-per-view, a good pay-per-view for American standards. With that said, New Japan leaves these 2 weeks looking way worse than when they went in. Thank you for bringing New Japan to America. Thank you for making it affordable. Thank you for putting English commentary on it. But at the end of the day, yeah, New Japan was probably better off not doing this event. They look 100 times worse. I mean, it's just sad. If you want to see New Japan, they're going to be at Yokohama this weekend. Lie, cheat, steal, use some internet magic to watch that show because New Japan is the best pro wrestling in the world. And not only that, but the booking was in favor, like Ring of Honor was the bigger company. You know, like in Toronto, Ring of Honor got the best of them, and then in New York, Ring of Honor got the best of them. And I'm like, okay, Ring of Honor, you got a television network, you're in America, you got DVDs, but really you're kind of a small company. New Japan is selling out giant baseball stadiums and has the best wrestling in the world, and they were just too fucking nice. Like, you should have came by and been like, no. I mean, Okada is the greatest goddamn pro wrestler in the world right now, and what is he doing? He is losing worthless tag team matches in Toronto. He's being added to three-ways for him to lose. And not only that, but your guys weren't over. Let's talk Adam Cole, Michael Cole, John Cena. It doesn't fucking matter. Your champion right now is worse than John Cena. John Cena kills crowds. John Cena kills crowds, but at least WWE doesn't let him kill a crowd 3 times. Adam Cole is so fucking bad. I added John Cena's music to him. Whenever you see Cole, I don't even know his name's fucking Adam Cole, Michael Cole, Cole Miller. Who fucking gives a shit? Your champion's a fucking punk-ass bitch who kills crowds. Here's a recap of crowd reaction. Liger comes in. This is the greatest day of my life. Dun, 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 dun. Crowd dies. Okay, the match is happening. Oh my God, Liger can really win the title. Liger can win the title. Nope. John Cena ROH style wins. Dun, 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 dun. The crowd is dead. So I'm like, you know what? They killed the crowd twice with Cole. There's no way they're going to kill it a third time. They have an awesome 3-way match. Of course, Okada, the greatest goddamn wrestler in the world, has to fucking put over fucking AJ Styles. I can't even keep a TNA contract. I love AJ Styles, but it's bullshit that he has the IWGP title. The match is over. You know, the crowd is like, not bad. Then Cole comes down. You went from, yeah, great match. I'm glad we got to see Okada. By the way, Okada was the most over motherfucker in both events, but looked like a complete asshole because Ring of Honor can't book out of a wet paper bag. So fucking people were like, I just saw AJ Styles, I saw Elgin, I saw that. Yeah, not a bad pay-per-view, not bad. Dun, 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 dun. The crowd is dead again. So I want to say, you know what, John Cena, you might be the worst at killing crowds, but look out, Ring of Honor has a way better John Cena than you. I've never seen John Cena kill a hot crowd like they did in New York 3 times. So, Cole, you are the new John Cena. I cannot understand why you would pull this guy out. All I kept hearing was, dude, they went crazy for Liger. They went crazy for Okada. They went crazy for the possibility of Liger winning. They went crazy for the 3-way. They went fucking mad. And you know who killed that? Dun, 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 dun. Dude, you need to get the fucking belt off that guy. At first I was like, you know what? I really do not like this guy. I'm like, well, maybe he'll grow on me. You know, it's the Ring of Honor title. It's supposed to mean something. You're one of the best wrestlers in the world. It's been a fucking year. It did not grow on me. Know what it grew on me? Just me adding fucking dun, 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 dun to his entrances. He is by far the biggest crowd killer in the business today. John Cena, you used to be the best at killing crowds, and you do have your moments, but you've never killed the crowd as hot as that 3 times in one night. John Cena, the ball's in your court because you're not the king of crowd killing anymore. That goes to Michael Cole's cousin, Adam Cole.
I don't know.
All right,
Give him
just had
time.
to get that out of the way.
Give Cena time. I'm sure sometime this week he'll come out and he'll be like, you know what's wrong with you, Wyatt? You don't know how to fight. I can fight. I'm the greatest. John Cena, coming back. I'm killing your message. I'm awesome.
I think we should have, from this day on, something that we can do in K-5. We'll have a little contest. We'll keep track of killing the crowd. Who kills the crowd more, Cole or Cena? Cole has 3 points. We'll break it down. I don't know if John Cena killed the crowd this week. We'll find out. We'll break down the shows and all that. But right now we have the crowd, the king of the crowd killers. All right. Who is the king of the crowd killers? Is it John Cena or Michael Cole's brother in Ring of Honor? Michael Cole's brother in Ring of Honor has 3 in one fucking.
Is he really Michael Cole's brother?
No, he's not Michael Cole's brother.
Oh, okay. I was gonna say, Jesus, talent runs in that family.
So,
but
go ahead.
Now that you have vented your hatred of Adam Cole. And your anger at the turnout of New Japan Ring of Honor.
Yes. You know what? It was a decent pay-per-view for American standards. I know that sounds very racist, but you know what?
It is a little racist. I don't know how I feel about that.
Step up your game. You're American. What the fuck's going over there? Drive some buses. Get some goddamn good shows on. We got Dragon Gate. We got Noah. We got New Japan. What do you got?
I'm pretty sure
that Lucha stuff.
I'm pretty sure after tonight I'll be the most hated person you know. Because I actually thought Raw was awesome.
What? This week's Raw? You know what? When it comes to this week's Raw, I think the honeymoon is over. I think they hit a home run with WrestleMania 30. I know not all the internet agrees with you, but it's like Martin said about Amazing Spider-Man 2. If you didn't like WrestleMania 30, you're wrong. WrestleMania 30 was amazing. And I think as an internet fucking super nerd, I wear that with pride. With an internet super nerd, I let shit slide. I even let last week's Kane fucking... Oh, God. I let that slide. I'm like, oh, you know what? They gave us WrestleMania 30. But, you know, the honeymoon is over, okay? I cannot let this Raw slide. This Raw was fucking garbage. But you liked it, so let's break it down.
Hold on. All right. Well, first we start off with the awesome Shield versus Evolution. Start off of the night.
This is a replay from last month.
I don't care.
You love the Shield. You love the Shield.
I love the Shield.
Let's do a little Shield court here, okay? Let's do a little Shield court. Let's do a little storyline. I will represent the angry internet that wants to see new stuff. You represent the Shield is awesome no matter what they do. You ready?
Yeah.
Why would the Shield, after beating Evolution, want a rematch?
Because they just want to beat the shit out of them horribly and prove how shit they are.
All right.
Plus, haven't you heard that it's supposed to be a 6-man elimination match? What they're going to do, if they do that, that's a perfect setup for fucking escalating Roman Reigns as this awesome 1v1 guy.
Yeah, you got a possibility.
Because, I mean, think about it. All they have to do is have it so that, like, they eliminate fairly evenly, set it up so that the last 3 guys are Randy Orton, Triple H, and Roman Reigns, and have Reigns come out on top, and Reigns looks awesome.
I guess I don't see the point. I just don't see the point. Like, you know, it's it's like in boxing. All right. You ever play EA Sports boxing when it used to be good? EA Sports really fucked up their boxing with the whole analog stick. But
I love the analog stick.
Fuck the analog stick. EA Sports, dear EA Sports, make a boxing game where you don't have to touch the goddamn nipple analog sticks, okay? I don't want to be like, okay, I'm gonna fuck you. I just want a nice, simple boxing game, all right? Fucking EA
they have a nice, simple boxing game that you could play.
Mike Tyson's Punch-Out, the greatest game ever?
Yeah.
Oh, that was awesome.
Yeah,
I love it.
Hit like 2 buttons and you win.
All right, but here's the thing. Well, let's go Mike Tyson Punch or EA. Either one. In boxing, you beat Glass Joe. You don't fucking rematch him unless you lose later. In EA Sports, but they made good boxing games before the analog stick. Fuck you and your analog stick. Which call it? You would fight, but you could be a punk ass bitch and keep fighting the same thing. I think that's the Shield. Like in the Shield, this feud wouldn't be allowed at Mike Tyson's Punch Out. They'd be like, Mario would be like, no, asshole, it's time to move on. You need to fight Bald Bill for the championship. You can't keep fighting Glass Joe, okay? Shield, it's time to move on. But,
look at it from the Shield perspective, though. So Shield beat them. Then Evolution gave their last week horrible and miserable for them. So they're like, fuck that, kicking your ass again.
I guess. To me, it just seems like you're just beating up the same guy. It's like the EA Sports boxing game. You're like, all right, I just beat Lucky Cocoa Puffs. You know what? Lucky Cocoa Puffs 0-99, but I can bring up my standards if I keep beating Lucky Cocoa Puffs.
Yeah,
and you're like, great, that's
I just
an awesome
beat Mike
strategy
Tyson,
to be a
and I
fucking
want to
douchebag on Fight Night. It's an awesome strategy to be a douchebag on Fight Night. Not an awesome strategy to be on national television, okay? It's like, come on, get past Evolution. Move on. Next chapter.
Bro, you don't believe in the Shield. That's the problem.
I do believe in the Shield. I don't want to see the Shield keep fighting Glass Joe. You're not allowed
they got
to do
a plan.
That Punch Out.
They have a plan. I believe they have a plan.
This is the plan. The match was a lot better than they expected. The match was a lot better than they expected, and they're like, "Fuck, we got to drag this out again and do it again." That's the plan.
No, I'm sure it's more organized and structured than that.
Of course, because
WWE writers are shown that they're talented.
Yes, of course they are.
Plus, how could you not like? Oh, hold on. Moving past the Shield intro, which apparently you hated because you don't like.
No, I didn't hate. I just saw
you don't like America and or Justice.
All right, so moving past the Shield replay,
then
what was next?
We had the RVD versus Jack Swagger match, where we had the awesome. Yeah, you had the awesome fucking Adam Rose come out, get up, and then fall back into the crowd to like taunt him into swing. And RVD just fucking drops him with a super kick and 5-stars him and over.
No, I want to talk about Adam Rose. Let's not talk about the match. The match was kind of gimmicky. I enjoyed it. Adam Rose, we have a situation here. I am 967 years old, and Rob is 13. All right?
Don't be a lemon. Be a rosebud.
I don't get this. This is like a bad Zima commercial. I just don't get it. I haven't been in a nightclub since I was 17. Is that what fuckers do in nightclubs now? I have worked security in nightclubs.
No, it's just like he's just supposed to be this guy that just lives the party lifestyle and just wants to have fun all the time. It's a riff off of Russell Brand.
Gotcha. I like Russell Brand, but I never knew that's how he acted on his free time. I always thought he was like...
No, in his free time, he's ridiculously eloquent and well-spoken and highly intelligent. He's awesome. But the public persona, for the most part, for a long time, was just this party guy that just wants to have fun all the time.
Gotcha. So do you think he'll hate rich people, too? I hope so. Damn, rich
maybe.
People.
That'd be great. You have to go after the McMahons next.
I just think it's a cheap beer commercial, and it's one of those problems that they have with NXT. Someone like Big E, Emma, even Bo, they'll get super crazy over with that college atmosphere in NXT, and then they'll go on the big stage, and people will look to left and right and be like, what the fuck's up with this guy?
All right,
I think the WWE Network gets more popular, that might go away, but it seems like in NXT, it's like, oh my god, he's a party guy just like us, we're skipping class to be at NXT, yeah! And then you go like to national TV, to the big stadiums, and they're like, is he trying to sell us Zima? What the fuck's going on?
Well, the NXT formula is kind of flawed because, curtain aside, NXT apparently films all 4 episodes for 1 month in one sitting.
Yes.
So, when you really think about that, if you're at a fucking event for like 4 straight hours, Yeah, you're probably gonna start cheering shit just to make yourself entertained and have fun.
Yeah, and plus it's a younger type. It's right on a campus. It's on one of the I forget. It's one of the
It's Full
It's
Sail.
one of the rip-off schools that turned into a legit school.
It's Full Sail.
What was Wholesale? Yeah, Full Sail. Yeah.
Yeah.
I just remember when I went to college, I was like, I could have went to UT, Eckerd, USF. I even had a chance to go to UF, and I'm like, all right, where do I got to go? Which college do I have to go to? And I'm like, Full Sail. I'm like, yeah. I want to be in radio. I want to write movies. Let me go to Full Sail. And everyone in the universe was like, no, you go to Full Sail, you get cancer. I'm like, okay. And now it's a legit school. I kind of wish I went to Full Sail. But
no,
yeah, back when I was in college, I said I'm thinking about going to Full Sail. People just pointed and laughed at me, like you're an idiot. So I guess it's a real school now.
I don't think that had anything to do with your decisions. I'm pretty sure people just point and laugh at you.
That is true.
Yeah.
But they were saying they would point and laugh and be like, you'd be a lot better going to this school. But granted, I went to a really good school. I won't mention her name, but it was in that list, and it has a huge reputation. And let me tell you,
it was Harvard.
When you pull down the curtain, that's all it is reputation. So sometimes schools that have the best reputations really are not the best schools. Damn, I should go back in a time machine and go to Full Sail. Maybe I could get free NXT tickets.
Yeah.
Anyway.
Oh, yeah. That sounds like a win. I mean, you only live in Japan, so those NXT tickets.
The commute might be a little much.
Yeah, I don't think you're that big of a fan.
Well, it happens.
I don't know. I think
NXT's
formula is going to lead them.
I joke that the only reason I moved to Japan was because of Kenta, and now that Kenta has signed with WWE, I'm moving back.
Yeah,
I just go wherever Kenta is. I go to Kenta's home. No, I'm just kidding. I'm never going back to America.
So the
next
next match. The next match was the Paige and Alicia Fox match, which I don't know. It was an okay match. It wasn't great. It wasn't terrible. I wasn't super into it. I like Paige and all, but I don't know. It wasn't that great. But then afterwards, there was that fucking Alicia Fox outburst, oh, I'm super angry and all this. And I was like, all right, this is dumb. It's very dumb. You have her throwing a fake tantrum and saying how she's going to quit Raw and everything.
Well, according to the internet, the announcers had no idea that was going to happen.
Oh.
So they just threw the announcers under. Yeah, the tantrum thing, I don't know. I got mixed feelings. I mean, prior to the tantrum, she was just hot.
A hot chick?
Yeah, she was just a hot chick. Now tantrum, she's a hot chick that has a tantrum, and you're like, wow, I wonder where this is going to go. So I guess you will see. I don't know. I don't hate it as much as I probably should hate it. But let me tell you something. I want to call this the masturbation bowl, because out of all the divas, these two girls are who I'd probably masturbate to the most.
Ooh, what about Charlotte Flair?
What's that?
What about Charlotte Flair? That's a tall drink of water.
It is a tall drink of water, but it's same thing with Brooke Hogan. If I didn't know they were married, I can't fuck Brooke Hogan or Flair's daughter. I just can't do it.
I wouldn't a heartbeat.
You really?
I wouldn't a heartbeat, and I'd high five them while I did it. What's up?
When you're fucking Charlotte, do you woo? You're like woo, woo.
Oh, you totally woo. Right when you're finished, and you got to go woo. And then she's like, oh, shit. My dad used to run up behind me and do that all the time. It's like, yeah.
Oh, that's horrible.
He told me you'd like it.
This took a really dark turn.
And then, I feel like with Brooke Hogan, while you're doing doggy, you have to, shave your beard into his mustache behind her, real sneaky-like. And then you have to flip her over and go, Hulkamania's gonna go wild on you. Really get inside their heads.
Yeah. No, I'm sticking with these two girls. These two girls are absolutely fantastic looking. I think they're some of the best looking girls in there, and they can wrestle. And Alicia Fox is really stepping up her game. She used to be just a model. She used to be just the hottest human being in the world. Now she's the hottest human being in the world and an okay wrestler. So
I don't know about hottest in the world, but she is attractive.
Oh my God, she is beautiful. She is a beautiful woman.
So what you're telling me, you didn't really see much of the match because you were busy masturbating. But you did see the outburst afterwards. You're like, whoa, why is she so angry? We just had sex.
There's a part of me that's like, I had an NSA feeling. I'm like, does she know I'm masturbating to her? This is awkward. Does she know? Is that why she's quitting? I mean, she should have known ahead of time. I didn't mean to put her in such a weird position.
Okay, but I don't know. Like, I didn't. Like, that match was probably, because of the outburst, one of the more attention-grabbing things of the night, sadly.
Yeah. And plus, it adds a little to the Divas division. So, I say it's a win.
Yeah,
So
I'm all for the
Divas
Divas division getting better. So.
But then. Yeah, I mean, it can't get worse. Before AJ Lee and, I don't know, there was a period of, there are some, WWE, like, has good women's wrestlers, but there are, like, long droughts of just the most horrible wrestling in the world.
But it's always attractive.
So, yeah, I think
let's bring back bra and panties matches and spanking matches. That was wrestling.
You know what? I joke about masturbating to these women, but you know what? Here's the thing. I always thought women wrestlers should be able to wrestle. Because, hear me out, and I don't know if we can, you know, like, when I choose to masturbate, I don't watch Raw. Like, I joke about masturbating to Raw, but really, it just doesn't do anything for me. I go to YouPorn. I kind of wish, like...
I don't know that you need to be advertising how you find all your porn and everything.
Sorry, dude, I'm an open book. But here's the thing, like, if you're going to have women wrestlers, they should be able to wrestle. Like, I thought, like, during the Attitude Era, it's like, oh, it's kind of softcore porn, oh, look at this. But I'm like, you know the internet exists, right? Like, you know, when I want to watch wrestling, I want to watch wrestling. And if I want to watch bra and panty matches, I might as well get the whole fucking kit and caboodle on YouPorn. That's all I'm saying. Or RedTube, or whatever one you prefer. But, I don't know. I'm one of those guys, yeah, if you're attractive and can wrestle, that's a bonus. But I really just want to see great women's wrestling. That's it. Like, if I wanted to see good-looking women, or somewhat good-looking women, or ugly women, depending on the mood I'm in, I would go to YouPorn. You know, they don't have to put on great matches, and they do the whole shebang. And more. You're just like, whoa, I wasn't expecting that. Way to go, sweetheart. Your parents must be proud. So, when it comes to women wrestling, you know, they should be able to wrestle. I mean, I know that sounds crazy, but, like, we live in a world where that's a legit statement. If you're a women's wrestler, you should be able to wrestle. The fact that that's a legit statement is a sad state for pro wrestling. But then again,
I don't know. They should also be high.
A lot of the male wrestlers. You know, to be a pro wrestler, you should be able to wrestle. That's all I'm saying.
All right, so
we'll go to the next match.
After that was the whole, you know, I guess we'll just do the Kane Bryan thing all as one. But Bryan came out, announced, you know, the neck injury, all that. And then later, Kane like beat him up, and like it was obvious Stephanie was gonna do the we're gonna vacate your title speech thing, and wanted Bryan to come out for it, and Kane dragged Bryan out and left him there and all that. Which, like, I actually wasn't that against. Like, don't get me wrong, I'm tired of Kane. But at the same time, if you're going to force Kane on me, all right, having him drag him out wasn't that bad a way to force him on me. I didn't have to hear Brie Bella scream for fucking 15 minutes or anything like that, so.
That is true. All right, first off, you can't do both. You can't do both. You can't have a classy fucking finish and then be like 10 minutes later, be like, oh, he got beat up. That's why he's getting hurt. You know what I mean? And it's one or the other. Kane either beat the shit out of him so bad that he has to go get neck surgery this week, oh my God, or you give the Larry Bird speech. I prefer the Larry Bird speech. I
definitely preferred the speech. I was happy with the speech. I thought it was great, and I feel like they should have left it there. But WWE didn't know when to leave well enough alone. I'm not as angry as I've seen some people over this, but I am a little like, all right, that felt unnecessary.
Yeah. Well, let me step aside because I am angry, okay? First off,
you're always angry.
There's a thing in wrestling right now that fucking pisses me off. Working the crowd is more important than anything. Like, if you can make the crowd angry and work them and trick them. Here's an idea. Stop working the crowd and put on a good fucking show. I know that sounds crazy. I know deep down inside, as a pro wrestler, I wrestled in front of 37 people this Thursday night, and it was my third match, and I can't let people inside the business. I know. Sit down, angry indie worker. But the reality is, Jack Bauer, we know he's not really saving the world, okay? Phineas and Ferb, I don't want to go there. They're definitely making those things, and their mom can't see it. But anyway, there's TV shows that we know ain't fucking real, but we can lose ourselves in the fucking show. You don't have to fucking work us. We want to fucking believe, all right? Here's the thing. It makes me fucking angry because we don't know how his neck surgery went. We said it was successful. We'll find out more Monday what they're going to do with the titles, whatever. Okay, but let's just paint a picture here. He definitely had neck surgery. Neck surgeries can end your career. What if his career ended? What if his career, and we don't know it, maybe it has, but I doubt it. The way the reports look, it does not look like his career is ending.
Then it looks like Kane murdered him.
Yeah, you worked, I'm using quote marks there, I'm so used to being on YouTube, you worked the crowd into CM Punk quitting. You worked the crowd into Daniel Bryan getting injured and his career might be over. Was the work worth it? Was it worth it? I am under the
Wait, CM Punk didn't really quit?
Yeah, of course. He's coming back. Don't worry. It's all the work. I hate the fact that that's even a fucking... moving on. But
wait, no, seriously. He didn't quit?
No, he did quit.
Okay, that's what I thought.
He walked out. So, all these fucking bad shit happened. But it's because we liked him and he was small and he wasn't part of the fucking D Club, the ass kissing. He wasn't Triple H's friends. Now, you worked him. Now, my whole thing is, if he's never wrestled again, that's it. The title should mean something. The title should go to the best pro wrestler that connects with the crowd, heel or face.
Which is going to be Batista.
God, you're probably right. But the best. Well, hold on. Let's go. The best wrestler that connects with the crowd. Yeah. No. WWE will put it on Batista most likely, but probably not fucking to my standards. But the thing is, if the title doesn't mean anything, how come Hillbilly Jim, Hacksaw Jim Duggan, Jimmy Hart, and all those fuckers keep crying every 5 seconds on Legends House? How come at the Hall of Fame speech it's something you mention? How come everything? It should mean something. The title should mean something. And it means something by putting on the best wrestler that connects with the crowd. When you give it to John Cena for the sake of selling T-shirts and making a wish and fucking he has a pretty smile, it hurts your fucking company. When you give it to your friend because his dad was a wrestler and he's really good looking, it hurts the company. When you give it to him because he fucks all the divas and he's a really cool fucking guy, it hurts the company. What you need to do is put it on the best wrestler in the company that connects with the fucking crowd. Your title should mean something. And
which is Adam Rose.
What's that? Shut the fuck up. And the big thing is, too, look at video games. Video games are important to the people that play them. There are people that are addicted to video games and love them because what they're going for is important for them. The guy who's playing Zelda really wants the Triforce. The Reddit has made a huge online community off making something not important important. All right? Karma doesn't matter. Yet, and you're like, I'm on Reddit, and you say your score with pride, and their score's higher. You're like, fuck, I got to go start using Reddit more. That's the thing. Yeah, you could be like, Vince Russo, the title's just a prop. But that's like saying, in 24, the bomb is just a prop. Well, yeah, no shit, but fucking, we're in the fucking zone. You're telling a story. Have pride in your fucking business. The title should not be a prop. The title shouldn't go to who fucking makes the most commercials for Make-A-Wish. The title shouldn't go to the best-looking guy. The title should go to the best wrestler that makes a connection with the audience. If you want to have the Intercontinental title and U.S. title on fucking goddamn Calvin Klein models, then go for it. But the title should fucking mean something. And the fact that you made Daniel Bryan hump through all these fucking hoops, it just shows you that the fucking title means nothing. And you could have a way better thing. Because, you just lost a lot of money fucking stock-wise. Is it real money? Is it not real money? Go to Forbes for that. But they just made a huge loss. And their biggest investors are saying, well, get people differently to run creative. And that's got to be a slap in the face. They want, they're not going to do it because Vince McMahon still owns the most stock. But these are just business people going, no, I know nothing about anything, but I want to make more money. Make your product fucking better. And I find it to be very interesting because it just proves, and a lot of people are like, oh, don't worry, they're gonna get it back. Don't worry, this is part of the fucking skit. Here's an idea for all those WWE fans to say, don't worry. Imagine if the show was good. Let's pick a good show on television. Here's some good shows I heard of. I only watched one show on television, but I heard Breaking Bad was good. I heard Naked King of Thrones is good. I heard, I think The Arrow is good.
Arrow is amazing.
Not once have I watched The Arrow saying, you know what, give it time, it will be good. No, every time I watch The Arrow, I'm like, that was fucking amazing. I can't wait till fucking next show. I can't wait till next season. Wouldn't it be
that's because Freddie Prinze doesn't write for The Arrow.
Yes, that is true. But wouldn't it be great? Hear me out. Wouldn't it be great if for one fucking year you didn't have to defend your product, your American product? You didn't have to defend TNA. You didn't have to defend WWE. You said, that was good. I can't wait till next week.
I said that this
Wouldn't that be
week.
fucking great? Wouldn't it be great? I mean, I hate to say this, but, soap operas probably have better writers than you guys.
Well, I actually like this week.
All right. Well, we disagree. But wouldn't it be great if fucking the majority of people, like, if example, you go to Impact Wrestling, you go to Impact Wrestling's Facebook page, you have the bots, you have Super TNA defenders, and people that said it sucked. You go to Arrow's fan page, and it's like, this was the greatest fucking show ever. Then you go to WWE's fan page, you have, I love everything WWE does, the bots, you have the super fans, and you have the people like, this fucking sucks, could you please just give us a good product? Then you go to, you go to King of Thrones page, I guess they have a Facebook page, and they're like, oh my god, there was wieners everywhere, I love this show.
It's Game
I
of
would just
Thrones.
love once for WWE to deliver a product that was good.
Whoa,
That's all
I thought
You
this
too,
week was
TNA.
pretty good.
Oh, fuck you.
The problem is everyone fucking loves Daniel Bryan so much that they're just like super bent out of shape about it.
Yes, because the problem is we had to jump through all these fucking hoops because he wasn't fucking ready. Oh, we're working the crowd. Oh, it's going to go like this. Oh, that was all part of the plan. And if you're one of those guys that you thought WrestleMania 30 was all part of the plan, sure. You'll just believe anything. You will fucking believe anything.
You don't think Daniel Bryan winning was planned?
No. Not how far out? Was it planned that Sunday? Possibility. Was it planned the Monday before? Possibility. 2 weeks before? That's getting iffy. 3 weeks? No, never. Never. Not in a million years. They have no idea what the fuck they were doing 3 weeks prior to WrestleMania. So, I mean, it depends how far your plan is. Like podcasts. We did not plan this out. We started. We will tell you that. I think as much preparation for this podcast that we did is the same level they did for WrestleMania.
Well, it turned out great.
It did turn out great because they gave the fans what they wanted and gave a champion that connected. I know, it's great. I know, especially indie wrestlers, old school wrestlers, I know it's great to make fans feel like shit. But you know what? You know when they didn't make the fans feel like shit? During the Attitude Era. Chief, what were the ratings then? Now it's cool to make the fans feel like shit. There's a website. There's a website out there where it's literally internet wrestling fans making fun of other internet wrestling fans. I don't know if you've heard of it. It's called Facebook.com.
Oh.
It's called Facebook.com, and I think there's more fans in pro wrestling and workers and wrestlers, whatever, that are like, wow, I like making wrestling fans that are passionate about the product angry. And they're not really fans. It reminds me of a Seinfeld episode. Remember in Seinfeld, the guy became Jewish just to make Jewish jokes? I am pretty sure a lot of wrestling fans are just wrestling fans to make fun of wrestling fans. And the same thing with workers and all that. Just make the product fucking good. Don't work anyone over. Just make the product good.
Well, they have to get real writers for that.
Well, yeah, and that's what fucking is. That's one of the things that Vince McMahon owns the most stock, but there is a company out there that owns the most stock next to Vince McMahon, and they want creative and all the guys fired.
Well, my question is, what if creative actually isn't that bad, and the problem is that they're giving too much control to the actual wrestlers?
No, I'll tell you.
Because that was an issue WCW had.
No, that's not the issue. This is the issue. You become a fucking writer. First off, they don't get wrestling fans. They get anyone they fucking possibly can. Freddie Prinze Jr., I wrote a Mexican soap opera, anybody that's not pro wrestling. And the problem is, to be part of creative and keep the job alive, you have to be a yes man. So you literally do nothing except, yes, that's a good idea. You pitch an idea, and then you're like, oh, that's never going to happen. And you just sit there, and then they'll change it. And you're like, yes, that's great. You're wonderful. And that's how you stay in creative. That's how you get it. You become a yes man. And then on top of that, if you're not a yes man, they have their ultimate excuses. Because I've met people in WWE, and I've asked them, I'm like, dude, why can't the product be good? And they have. Oh, well, you don't know anything about wrestling. That's the first shield. The second shield is, I've been doing this for 20 years. I know what I'm doing. The third shield is, well, it's just
Roman Reigns.
That's what it is. Because, like, I remember one time I was talking to, I won't throw him under the bus, but, you know, FCW, NXT, creative guy. And I was talking, and, like, I was just done. I was like, well, yeah, but shouldn't you care about how the stories connect from show to show? Shouldn't you care? And they're like, oh, it's just pro wrestling. That's what they could go. They already have, like, their 5 levels of defense. Oh, you don't know what you're talking about. And the whole thing is, if you get someone creative in there, no one's going to put up with that shit. You know, when you go to this cast of Futurama and say, hey, I want to write Futurama, no one goes, oh, it's just a cartoon. Oh, you don't know what the fuck you're doing. I've been writing Futurama for 10 years. No one does that. But be a star, that's all they do. And being in WWE creative is not about being creative. It is about being a yes man and protecting your spot. And same thing with TNA. Ariel Helwani tells a great story. He's like the, I don't know if anyone knows who Ariel Helwani is, but he's like the king of MMA media. He's just the cat's meow. He is, you know, he is the MMA media #1 guy. You know, and I'm in MMA media, and I don't know if I can tell you, it's Ariel Helwani by far. Well, Ariel Helwani was friends with Kurt Angle because they're both from Pittsburgh, and he's like, hey, I know this guy who went to journalist school. He's a really good writer, has a really popular website. Go for an interview. And within Ariel Helwani, during the interview process, this is how it started. You ready? Listen, we're not really going to hire you. We're just doing this to make Kurt Angle happy. We're not going to let an outsider inside. And you're like, well, Ariel Helwani went on to make a fucking huge amount of profit. Suck on that, TNA. Ariel Helwani made profit and became one of the biggest names in MMA. And TNA, well,
they're doing great.
Thursday. Yeah.
Everyone,
you know,
wants
and it's so
to watch
funny,
Impact.
like, we're a huge fucking company. Yeah. MMA fighting, Ariel Helwani makes profit. Suck on that, Dixie. Suck on that. So, yeah, no, it's just about protecting your spot. And the whole thing is, what new writers they do get, they either get the most positive guy ever, because you can go on, there's a podcast on YouTube. There's a podcast on YouTube, forget what it's called, but it's a former thing. You got MLW, which MLW is not bad. MLW has Court Bauer, who's part of WWE, and he's kind of more honest. But they have this other podcast, I forget what the fuck it's called, and he's the most positive guy who hates wrestling fans. He's like, just give it time, it's going to work out. He's what makes it to be part of the creative team. That's what makes it. And if you're a positive guy that says everything's going to work out and you cannot, then yes, you are perfect for WWE creative.
What?
You are
I'm ready.
For creative. Yeah, you're ready. You're perfect. Just say everything's going to work out. Don't worry about it. And if there's a plot hole or a loophole,
every time there's a plot hole or a loophole or anything, I'll be like, let's use the Shield.
No. Well, you just got fired. Pump your brakes.
I think they just hired me.
No, you
Vince
didn't forget
is calling
what
me tomorrow. He's like, this guy loves the Shield.
Stop. I'm gonna let you have you can't see you're a fan of the Shield. That means you can't be part of creative. If there's a loophole or a plot hole, this is what you say. Let me help you. I'm your guidance counselor. You want to be part of WWE Creative? Here you go. First, deny ever watching the product. Deny being a fan. And when there's a plot hole or a huge error or a huge mistake, you just shrug and go, it's just pro wrestling. That's what you do. And that's why the fucking American product sucks, and that's why your investors want you to be fucking fired. So
the investors are pretty angry. But let's move along to the John Cena and the Usos versus the Wyatt family.
Oh, you mean Adam Cole? Dun, 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 dun.
Yeah, I wasn't really that excited about that. I'm actually really tired of seeing John Cena and the Usos and the Wyatt family. Like, I'm very tired of seeing it.
Oh, so the Shield versus Evolution, chapter 962.
Yeah,
You're
because
okay.
that's entertaining. The fights, the matches are entertaining. The John Cena matches aren't entertaining. John Cena wins 9 out of 10 times.
Hold on. So you're saying the match isn't entertaining, but the Wyatts are entertaining. The Usos are entertaining. Dun 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 dun. Who's killing this feud and match? Dun 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 dun. It's
I
Adam
feel
Cole.
Okay, so John Cena just got his first point?
Yeah, definitely. Because think about it. Let me pitch you something, okay? The Usos, you like, right? Let's be honest. Who doesn't like the Usos? I like the Usos.
Yeah.
You like the Usos. Everyone likes the Usos. The Wyatts. You like the Wyatts. I like the Wyatts. Everyone likes the Wyatts. We don't give a shit about this match. But if it was the Usos versus the Wyatts, we would care. So that counts as killing a match. So that's 3 points Cole, 1 point John Cena. Dun,
All right, John
dun,
Cena's
dun,
making his comeback.
Let's keep track of this. I want to know by the end of the year. Who
All
was
right.
the K-5 crowd killer of the year?
All right, so after that, we had another Evolution spot, which, that was okay. It was mostly just Hunter being in the ring with his butthurt buddies and being like, yeah, we're angry. Angry. Batista wants to kick Reigns' ass. Oh, we're so angry. And then we moved on to the shitty-ass Natalya versus Nikki Bella match with Total Divas there. And can we just not talk about that? Can we just skip that match?
Yeah, we can. Usually we don't even talk about Diva matches on the show, and we usually go to live comments, but I don't think we have live comments, so yeah, we can just skip it. Let's just skip it. I mean,
fuck that.
Well, you know what? This is what, since we go to live comments on YouTube, let's think of something original for K-5. I say every time there's a Divas match where none of them can wrestle, we advertise a porn site. My personal favorite, YouPorn. Never done me wrong. It's got, I'm going YouPorn. So, there you go.
And this is a perfect time for a sponsor spot.
This episode of Death to Fanboys, the podcast on the Con Artist Entertainment Network is brought to you by Heroes Haven, located at 4339 Gun Highway in Tampa, Florida. Be sure to check them out at heroeshavencomics.com.
There you go.
And Kocosports.com. I wish I lived in Tampa. Well, I used to live in Tampa, but I didn't know about Heroes Haven. I don't know how new and old it is. I've been out of Tampa for like 6 years, but I wish I could go there.
Well, you're moving back to America soon, anyways, because of Kenta.
Well, yeah, especially when Kenta goes to NXT. I have to follow Kenta.
Yeah, you're gonna have to be able to go to.
I think it was like a Beethoven movie or a Disney movie, but it was the dad was a kicker, and every time he got traded, like he painted the car, and he was like, "I love this team," and he got traded all the time. That's how I am with Kenta. Like, I love pro wrestling. No, oh, he's in NXT. I love NXT.
Well, it looks like it's time to move.
Follow Kenta.
Time to move. And then we have our next match. Well, it was 2 matches as one. The fucking Curtis Axel and then Ryback versus Sheamus, where they're trying to build Sheamus up into this like awesome dude, and it's annoying as fuck.
Yeah, Sheamus used to be a talented indie wrestler in Ireland. He used to be an NXT thing, but then he just full-blown, I made a YouTube video about this, full-blown lying, kiss-assing son of a bitch. And it just pisses me off because there's a saying, and I fucking Sheamus is the definition of the saying. Corrupt cowards can rule the world. We live in a world where it is so beneficial to be a corrupt coward. It just is. If you're telling your kids, if you're going around telling your kids, oh, don't be corrupt, don't be a coward, you're really giving them bad advice. No, you really are. Because the world is run by corrupt cowards. And when it comes to pro wrestling, he is that. He has talent. He could be good. But he chose to be corrupt and be a coward and kiss ass and become part of the D Club. And I have said this a million times, but I'll say it on K-5. In Ireland, Sheamus means disappointment. I just feel bad for him. I really do. So hopefully it gets a lot better.
I'm just hoping that they're only making us put up with this much Sheamus as like hype for the whole European cycle, and that as soon as they're done in Europe, I won't have to ever see Sheamus again.
Yeah, that's a huge possibility. But also, there's internet reports that he's eventually going to turn heel. But a lot of people are getting pissed because they're making him out to be a Superman, and I don't know. It's just when this is just me, and I don't know if people share this thing. When a guy beats two guys, I don't see that guy as a strong guy. I see the two guys being weak. You know, when it's a one-on-one squash match, I'm like, wow, that guy's strong. But when
it was two one-on-one squash matches in a row.
Yeah, but it's still bullshit. No one goes, wow, Sheamus is so strong. Everyone just goes, wow, Rybacksel really fucking sucks. And Rybacksel, I feel bad for because Rybacksel is like the ultimate stereotype. You know what Rybacksel is? Rybacksel is the stereotype that non-pro wrestling fans think every pro wrestler is. Like if you said, what's a pro wrestler to a non-pro wrestling fan, they would describe Rybacksel.
Speaking of favorite porn sites, Rybacksel is actually Vince McMahon's favorite porn.
That's a possibility. But I don't know. You know what? I feel bad for them because both of them, if they were protected by creative, could be stars. But you fuck both of them over so much that just get rid of them. Send them to TNA. Send them to, It's just, they could have been stars, but once again, like Rybacksel had so much potential. Ryback and Mr. Perfect Jr., because that's his birth name. Let's be respectful.
They could have been a really cool tag team.
No, not even that, but they could have been decent stars if you hit them. Like, Paul Heyman was so great at hiding people's weaknesses. WWE is like the opposite. We just expose their weaknesses. They're like, oh, John Cena can't do a Hurricanrana, and I can't even say that move. But in Frankensteiner, John Cena can't do a Frankensteiner. Let's add that to his move set. You know what I mean? It's just like, are you trying to expose him? Have you seen him do a Frankensteiner yet?
No, I don't think so. But I don't know all the moves.
Well, it's basically when John Cena fucking jumps up, gives him a head scissors, and throws him over. But the thing is, when Steiner did it, when Any Lucha did it, when Lita did it, it was an amazing move. John Cena literally looks like a guy who's never done pro wrestling trying something in a training session. And they're doing it on pay-per-view. And then he pops up like, yay! I did a sixth move! And I'm like, John Cena, you should not be doing moves where a guy with a broken back neck goes, I might be able to do that move better. I have one rule in pro wrestling. One rule. And John Cena and Randy Orton, Randy Orton's dropkick's pretty sweet. But I am not a pro wrestler. I have broken every part of my body, and I love pro wrestling, never want to be a pro wrestler. But the rule is, if you can't do a wrestling move that I can do. So if I could do your whole move set, you're not a pro wrestler. End of fucking story. If I'm like, I got a broken neck, broken back, and I can do everything you can do, you should not be a pro wrestler, yet champion of the world. It's absolutely crazy. Randy Orton's barely borderline, but he does have that nice drop kick. My fat ass ain't getting that high.
You were killing me here with all the side taking us off onto journeys down the the Wonderland pole.
You should have been warned.
I got to be more commanding with the bus, apparently, because we're an hour in and we're not even halfway through Raw.
Sorry, Daddy.
Yeah, you're killing me, Smalls. Next match was Dolph Ziggler and Fandango. I barely even remember the match because I didn't care.
Gotcha. I'm happy that Dolph won because, you know, anytime Dolph Ziggler wins, an angel gets his wings.
Mm-hmm.
But the storyline was pretty shitty. Poor Fandango.
Layla got her foot caught in the apron. Oh, I'm distracted. Oh, Dolph Ziggler beat me with a surprise.
Yeah, and I'm still in love.
I still love you. I still want to marry you. All right, and then what else did we do? That's right. There was the Rusev spot with Hacksaw Jim Duggan.
Yeah.
Which I'm a fan of just because I got to see Layla. That ass.
Oh God. Yeah. Women are good looking.
Lana.
You talking about? Yeah. Lana.
Okay.
But both of them are good looking. But Lana's got some nice curves. Wow.
Dude,
the big thing on the internet is people mad that they're showing Obama Russia. What's his name? Putin. And they're like, oh my God, I can't believe it. What if? And I'm just like, dude.
I don't think people realize they're trying to play off the tension between America and Russia right now, because most people don't actually pay attention to the news and have no idea what's actually going on in the world.
That's what I'm saying. Like, if someone picks up a book because they fucking made you rowdy and Putin, or you actually watched the news, or what, you know what I mean? Like, I think if you want to work people over. The only real people that are still getting worked are party voters. Really, let's be honest. You're fucking. Oh, I'm sorry. Let's be politically correct. This is how I'm going to win viewers over. Not your party. Wink, wink. The other guy's party is the problem. Nudge, nudge. Wink, wink. No, party voters are fucking ridiculous. They're the easiest people to work over. They're the fucking most loyal pieces of shits in the world. Not your party. Unfucking believable. Anyway. But yeah, I think they should do more political stuff. They did it with, fucking the Tea Party. Now they're doing it with Russia.
I think it's smart
because it educates people that fucking completely ignore issues, and on top of that, they're talking about working people over. You know, is Daniel Bryan really going to be champ or not champ? That's not working people over. That's just annoying them. But working them over like, I like Putin and he's from another country. Ooh, that shit still works because you're retarded. But it would be great. I like it. A lot of people are like, I like it.
My only gripe with the whole building Rusev as like the Russian monster thing is, all right, so Rusev in his solo matches looks great, right? Like Rusev looks awesome all the time. He's badass. And like that, he's building into a great monster. But then you have shit like when you had the Shield 3-on-11 match and you had Rusev as one of the 11, or when you had it again the next time, and then he was still one of the 11, but the Shield incapacitated 6, so it was 3-on-5, and they lost. If Rusev was really that much of a monster, then why was he such a non-factor when he had 4 other dudes to help him?
You're asking WWE Creative? Hold on. We got a call from WWE Creative right now. We did not give out the number or advertise this show. I'm so happy WWE Creative's looking. What's that? It's just pro wrestling. Why does it matter? All right. Thanks for being on the show, WWE Creative. Really appreciate it. Anytime. Feel free to call in.
WWE.
Yeah. The problem I have that problem too, but also like, you know, a lot of people are mad because Big E got beat bad. But of course he's going to get beat bad. He's playing the part of Apollo. Cena will be Rocky. He's playing Drago. And at the next pay-per-view, if everything goes according to plan,
I swear to God, if this turns... No, if
Big
this
E's
turns
gonna
into
die.
no, if this turns into fucking John Cena as America against Rusev as Russia, I'm gonna lose my shit.
Well, prepare to lose your shit.
I
sir,
am gonna
'cause
lose
it's
my
going
shit at you,
down.
WWE. I swear to God, if you make fucking John Cena into Mr. America for this shit, I will lose my shit.
Oh, it's going down, and my whole thing is Big E's gonna die. I mean, he's really sacrificing himself for this role. He's gonna die, and Drago's just gonna look at him and be like, if he dies, he dies, and then Cena's gonna go dun 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 dun. It's happening.
Can we give
It's
Cena
happening.
another point just for killing my interest now? He just killed my crowd on the inside, just with the possibility.
So should we give him a point for possibility being in that storyline in the future? No,
I
that's
almost won.
You can't give John Cena just points for no
Fine,
fucking reason.
Cena's sitting on his 1 point. I'm pretty sure he's going to be caught up on 3 after this whole week.
Yeah.
All right.
Because Cole doesn't have as many appearances, but man, does he kill a crowd. 3 in one eye pay-per-view. That's got to be a
That's
record.
pretty impressive.
Can we get
All right.
Cole on this show and just ask him questions as if he was John Cena?
Let's just do a crossover brand match with John Cena against Cole.
Dude, I'm pretty sure that's how cancer started.
Like, you just see the whole crowd just getting up and leaving, like, I'm not watching this shit.
Like, you know how, like, major diseases, they don't know how it started? Like, like HIV and AIDS. People are like, you hear stupid-ass stories online, like, oh, he had sex with a monkey, or, hey, it started with the homosexuality, but no one really knows. It's just rumors. We know. We know where the next big disease is coming from. The next big disease is when John Cena and Cole both kill a crowd at the same time.
So do you think John Cena will do Make-A-Wish trips for people that die of the disease from that?
Yeah, but my whole thing is, because you can't call it the Cole disease and you can't call it the Cena disease, I think this will be the first disease that will have just a noise. You're like, oh, man, I can't do the podcast anymore. I only have a few weeks to live. How come? Because I got dun 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 dun, and you're like, no, dun 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 dun, killed my father. There's no cure for dun 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 dun. You said something about getting off topic.
Terry Funk is so disappointed right now.
Don't bring religion into this. Terry Funk blesses you.
All right, so the next match was Cody Rhodes with his Gold Dust lady beside him against Damian Sandow. And I don't know, I kind of hate Sandow because I feel like Sandow's gimmick is just like steal other people's gimmicks right now.
Well, yeah, he got it from the Genius. So Poffo, he got it from Lenny Poffo. But he actually asked permission. I'm okay with people stealing gimmicks if they ask for permission.
Yeah.
So I think he gets a pass because he did talk with Poffo about it. Not that I don't know. It's just classy. Can we bring back some fucking class to pro wrestling? But I think he's the perfect WWE guy. He's got an over-the-top gimmick. Everyone likes him except you. I don't know. I don't know why he's losing all the time. I thought he would be a high mid-carder right now, but it seems like the mystery of who did he piss off. And right now he's trying to do the old pipe bomb but keeps getting cut off type thing.
Yeah,
so,
and I hate it. I hate it so much. I'm like, just do your own thing. CM Punk did that. Do your own thing, goddammit.
Well, I think they're trying to recreate...
I swear to God, I'll put you in a match with John Cena.
I think they're trying to recreate CM Punk in every way they can. Because think about it. You have the really hot chick flipping out. You have him coming, and then you have Kenta. So you put the diva. Who's the diva? Alicia Fox. You put Alicia Fox. You put the Genius, Lenny Poffo, and you put Kenta together, and that's just as good as CM Punk, right?
No.
That's how it works.
No.
It's like the Frankenstein.
In no world will Kenta be as good as CM Punk.
You're out of your fucking drunk mind.
Yeah, that's
Do
right.
you like Go to Sleep? Oh, do you like Go to Sleep? Yeah, I wonder where he got that from.
Yep, no. You know what CM Punk's best moves were?
The ones you got from Kenta?
Nope. All of his best moves had the name Pepsi in them.
So you're saying Kenta's a coke guy, and that's where you draw the line?
Yep. Fuck you, Kenta.
Sir,
I'm just preparing myself. Kenta's gonna suck. You know he's gonna suck. I know he's gonna suck. I'm being
Well, first off, Kenta is not gonna suck. Will he be?
You're right. He might
properly
join the
is a different
Shield.
thing. What's that?
He might join the Shield.
Dude, all I know is if Kenta joins the Shield, we just might as well call this the Shield Hour. That's it. Like, if the Shield, like NWO grew too fast, just throw in Prince Devitt and Kenta and have them join a 5-man Shield team. I say we do a 4-hour podcast every night just saying how awesome the Shield is.
The Shield was really great today. I loved the part where Kenta and Reigns kicked everyone's ass in the entire locker room. That part was really good. What'd you think, Dave? Great writing, right? They've really turned it around. WWE, you know what you're doing now.
All our sponsors would be like, go to Kocosports.com and buy stuff. All proceeds go straight to Roman Reigns. Here we just write him a check. We're like, thank you for being awesome. Please spread this out to your Shield members. We get tattoos of the Shield on our chest.
I already have a tattoo of the Shield on my penis.
Well, of course you do. Of course
you do.
Like,
well, no,
I
have
from any.
What it is I have Reigns on my abdomen, and then I have Rollins on my left thigh, and I have Ambrose on my right thigh, and their fists are coming together down the length of my penis to touch at the tip.
And you missed my great joke. By the way, I hate repeating jokes, but I'm gonna do it because it was so good. And they're shielding you from any vagina.
No, they are not. They're reaching out, and I extend their fist out ahead of me, and I say, "Believe in the Shield." And women love that. They love wrestling.
I always wondered, can we get off topic for a second?
I don't really have a choice, so yeah.
All right. I know, but I just want to go. Now, guys, some guys, you go on YouTube and you see these vagina tattoos and you see these penis tattoos, and when a girl or a guy, when you're doing your business, doing the old BJ action, and there's a tattoo, do you just picture that? I always picture when I eat vagina, there's a little bit of coochie curls, and it's nice. It's all right. No, sometimes smooth, sometimes just a little. You don't want too many coochie curls, especially when you're eating. But, my whole thing is, when it adds a thing, do you just start thinking about that? I've seen one where, the vagina is tattooed, and it's supposed to be, who's the girl Smurfette? And I'm like, when you're eating that vagina, and it looks like a tattoo, are you like, oh, I'm eating Smurfette's vagina? How does that work? Let's say the Shield tattoo is real. And she's going down on town on you, or he. I don't want to judge your sexuality here.
Could be either one, depending on the night. Hey, maybe my luck's going bad.
All right. Well,
maybe I met Roman Reigns.
So someone is going down on you, right? And you have the Shield tattoo. Are you distracted? Are you like, oh, I'm looking straight into the eyes of the titty master, or whatever the fuck he calls himself? That's the thing. If you tattoo your penis as an elephant, is she like, I'm kissing an elephant? Does it get you out of the zone of the oral sex? Because, I've never sucked a dick or ate a pussy with tattoos, okay? So imagine you're going down on a vagina and there's Smurfette. Does it ruin the mood? As you follow me on this? Tattooed vaginas and penises. What are you thinking when you're going oral on them? Ladies or guys, you can answer it either way, and you don't have to fucking be a homophobe. You can go eat out, the tattoo of Smurfette. But yeah, what's your call? Let's say you get lucky tonight. Someone's like, wow, I heard.
I'm not really that worried about it. I'm like, whatever, it's a tattoo. I'm not really looking at your tattoo that much. I'm in the zone.
So you're just closing your eyes going in.
Dude, I'm either making eye contact or I'm closing my eyes because I want to get her finished as quickly as possible, because the sooner we're done with that, the sooner we can move on to things I really enjoy.
Gotcha. So you're seeing it as more like a chore, like working up. Before you open the shop, you got to sweep off the fucking porch.
Yeah.
I see. So you wouldn't distract you. She's super hot, and then, bam, she has a cartoon character. Because my whole thing is, I don't know, how deep do you go in? Because, like, I go in pretty goddamn deep. So, like, I could picture, like, if it's just Tweety Bird on the side, I'm like, blah, 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 going all in, and I look, and I'm like, God damn, Tweety's staring at me.
I think you're looking around way too much and letting way too many things into your head.
Gotcha. So you're focused. You're like an Army Ranger.
I'm in the zone.
Gotcha.
I'm in the zone. I just jumped out of the plane. I'm dropping to the ground. I can see where I'm trying to land. I know where everyone else is trying to land.
Yeah,
I'm in that. I'm in the mode.
While you're dropping down, it doesn't mind that like Tweety Bird or a bunch of CM Punk type stars are flying by, because everyone gets stars nowadays.
I mean, I might shoot them because they're fast moving objects that are flying by me that aren't supposed to fucking be there. So I mean,
gotcha.
maybe, but I was in the thing of we're in the zone. We're in the zone though. Like you're on your mission. You got to do your mission.
All right, so that's our question of the day. Email, call Rob. No,
don't call Rob.
That's our question of the day. Does a tattoo while giving oral, and you don't have to say what your sexual preference is, but while giving oral, does a tattoo distract you? I've never eaten anything where a tattoo is that close.
Let's move on to the next match. All right, the final match of Raw was Batista against Roman Reigns.
I hate Batista. And I'm fucking... Roman Reigns won this, right?
Yeah, he won by DQ.
Yeah, this was just garbage. You know what? About Dave Batista. I love Dave Batista at everything he does. Fucking your girlfriend and there's nothing you can do about it? Cool. You're an awesome dude, Batista. Starring in Marvel? Cool. Fucking doing BJJ? Cool.
So you'd be okay
Walking
with
out with
Batista fucking your wife?
Cool. I think Dave Batista is the coolest person in the world when he's not a pro wrestler.
So if he were fucking your wife, you'd be cool with it. You'd be like, "What's up, Dave?"
Of course not. That's why I don't bring my wife around Dave Batista. Like if there's an autograph signing and they're like, "All right, here's 3 wrestlers and Dave Batista's at the end," I'm like, let's just skip it. Like if it was my 3 favorite wrestlers, I'm just some of my favorite wrestlers. No, I'm not.
3 favorite. You're listed Batista in this list.
No. Like let's say there's a table, right? I'm with my wife, and there's a table, and there's like three great pro wrestlers that I want to get their autograph. I'm not an autograph guy. I'm not waiting in the line. I'm just not that. But let's pretend I'm an autograph guy, okay? And there's 3 guys, and I'm with my wife, and the 4th guy is Batista. And I'm like, wow, if I got all 3 of these guys' autographs, my life. I hate fucking autographs. I don't understand autographs. But I gotta focus. I want those autographs. I'm like, I'm going to go. It's Muda, Kenta, Kurt Angle, CM Punk, and Batista. I'm like, wow, I like all these fucking wrestlers. And I'm like, you know what? And I saw Dave Batista, and I was with my wife. I'm like, I don't need the autographs. Let's go.
What if Dave just wanted to fuck you, though? Like, would you have sex with Dave Batista?
No, never. Never in a million years. And that's not even, and the thing is, it's not even the guy, oh my God, I'm not gay reaction, never. It's, if I were gay, there's no fucking way I would want a guy who could fucking crush me. No fucking way. Not in a million years. Like, I don't understand. Like, you'll see, because I have gay friends, and they'll be like, oh, man, I really like, that huge fucking guy. Like, oh, man, I'd love Bobby Lashley to fuck me. And I'm just looking at him like he's, like, the size of me or smaller. Like, are you out of your mind? Are you out of your fucking mind? Like, even if I was gay, there's no way Dave Batista still wouldn't be on my list. Dude, he would just
I think Dave Batista's secretly on your list. I'm pretty sure Cena's also on your list.
Never. Dude, I'm sorry. Maybe this is why I'm not gay, but there's just something about a dude who can fucking break you inside you. I'm just like, no. Like, if it's a cross-dressing tranny from Roppongi or Brazil,
all right.
Okay, maybe.
So now that we've discussed Dave not wanting to have sex with dudes.
All right, hold on. First off, if you were going to have sex with dudes, what would you rather have? Would you rather have the most beautiful transsexual in the world than Roppongi or Dave Batista fucking you? I mean, come on. Maybe that's why
I think it would really depend on who I get along with better. Like, I mean, how'd the dates go?
See, not me, dude. Like, he could have the best personality in the world and treat me great, but at the end of the day, his reward is fucking being inside me. And I'm just not ready for that kind of a commitment.
You heard it here, folks. Dave's not ready to have Batista inside him, but maybe one day.
Not. Yeah, we need breaking news. We got to talk about the important stuff in pro wrestling. And I'm saying, hey, dude, I do not knock anyone that's gay. Hey, dude, more power to you. You should be able to adopt. You should get married. Pro-gay, and I don't give a shit. But my whole thing is, if I had to go gay, like there's a gun to your head, you gotta be gay. There's no way I'm like, I'm fucking Batista. No, never. I'd rather take the bullet in the head. It's better than the bullet in the ass. No way. Who the fuck wants it? You know, because like I have this gay friend that lives in Tokyo.
All right. No, we don't need to. No, we're done. No more.
Too far?
No, the bus is leaving that station, Dave. We're gonna talk about the Batista fucking match, not the Batista fucking you. We're done. We're going on to the wrestling match. Jesus Christ.
Sorry, dude. I get in depth a little too much. Only on K-5 do you get in depth action like this.
Terry Funk bless us.
All right.
So what did you think of the actual match? I thought it was actually entertaining up until it was like, all right, we're gonna make it a DQ. I was like, all right, so we're doing that, and then they're like, all right, and we're gonna have the entire locker room come out and save us. And I was like, all right, that's. Don't any of the guys in the locker room have, like, personalities where they're like, you know what, I'm not a yes man. Okay, no? All right. And then it was like, oh, but we're going to have the Shield beat all of them. Not 3v fucking, like, 15 or whatever. No, it was 2v15 because fucking Reigns was laid out.
Yeah. It is completely bad. And the reason why is because you love the Shield. I love the Shield. Everyone loves the Shield. But it's one of those things, it does not make the Shield look strong. You left that Raw going. You didn't leave that Raw going, oh my God, the Shield's unstoppable.
I did leave that Raw going, the Shield's fucking awesome.
No, you left that Raw going, everyone else is a pathetic fucking bitch.
Well,
you know what I mean?
I did that because I was like, because the Shield is awesome.
All right. What if Evolution did it?
Then I would have probably turned off the television.
So,
I would have been like, I don't feel like watching Triple H do this bullshit.
So, maybe we should ask if you would sleep with Roman Reigns. Maybe that would have been a more accurate question.
I probably would if I were gay. In a heartbeat. I'd be like, yeah, why not?
And that is the end of Raw. What else do you want to talk about? You want to hit up other stories? You want to hit up the next show?
Main event had a lot of shit that I don't really think is really that much worth talking about. I mean, there was the whole Sheamus and Paul Heyman thing, and then Cesaro going in and all that. Like, that wasn't that great. And then
yeah, well, the reason they do that is, Martin mentioned it last week, the reason they do that is they want people to come watch it. But all they have to do is stop with the promos. Like,
yeah.
Why couldn't Cesaro have a match? And not only that, but, like, I was so disappointed in John Cena last main event because everyone's like, oh, he's going to be on main event. I'm like, holy shit. Dun, 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 dun. It's going to have a match on main event. They're like, oh, no, they're just going to respond to a storyline. I was just like, oh, my fucking God, do I fucking hate you all. But yeah, I don't know. I don't think two thrown together match, because at one time main event was a really good show, maybe the best show on WWE for like a month or two. It was a really good show, and then it just became like every other WWE show. And now they're like, oh well, we're gonna have one promo from Raw on main event, and then two fucking matches thrown together. That should get the audience in. And then you're like, why did the stock members want you to fucking change creative? I don't know. What were the matches, by the way? I forget. I have a horrible memory.
All right, so it was Dolph Ziggler versus Damian Sandow. I'm pretty sure that was a repeat. I don't really remember. I remember not being entertained. And then there was the Emma against Alicia Fox match, which ended in Alicia Fox flipping her shit again and robbing the commentary team. That was part of it, and making Byron eat a piece of paper.
Ooh, wait, hold on. Let me rewind. Did they just have a black girl rob three white guys on national television as a good storyline?
Well, hold on. One of them's not white, I don't think.
All right.
But, yeah, no, she robbed the commentary team and then made...
Like of what? Their wallets?
She made them empty their pockets. She made them empty their pockets and give her everything in their pockets.
And no
then,
one thought this was a bad idea. In America,
and then afterwards, she made Byron eat a piece of paper.
And no one thought this was a bad idea. You can't even say black female cat in America without being called a racist. So you live in America where again, if you say, "Wow, that's a nice black car," someone's like, "Oh, you're a racist." But they go and they think, "Wow, a black girl being angry, robbing our commentary team on air. That's a good storyline." All right. I like where you're going with this. I don't know if it fits the audience. Sure. I mean, right now, if you take this if you just took this clip, I don't like that black female cat, and that's it. You just took that clip. You put that on the news. I'm losing the fucking Los Angeles Clippers. That's all I'm saying.
It is possible.
So, fucking, all right, well, sure. All right.
I
they did
just was
crime
like,
time. Why
all
not
right.
this?
All right, so she's doing an outburst again. I was like, okay, all right, it's still going. And she's making him give him stuff out of it. All right. Oh, okay, she's going to make him eat a piece of paper. This is fucking horrible. And then it ended. And I felt free.
This went from interesting to what the fuck are they doing with less than 24 hours?
Yeah, they did it pretty quick. I was impressed. And then after that, they went in the other match of the night was the Cesaro against Sheamus match, which just pissed me off because I really like Cesaro, and Cesaro getting brogue kicked to the fucking head and losing to Sheamus is like the ultimate, like, wow, you really suck.
Like, yes. Yeah. Yeah. Sheamus. What can you do? All right, let's just go next.
All right,
we
next
spent
show.
too much time on Raw to break it down. All right, go ahead.
Well, no, we still got like 40 minutes.
Oh,
right.
Okay. Well, before you were all rushing me, like, don't you dare talk about Gabe Batista.
Well, yeah, because
at
the pace you were going of 1 20-minute fucking derail per match, we were never gonna get through Raw.
All right. Let's go.
I've sped us along considerably, sir.
All right. So
All right.
I you know me. I'm a former grunt. You're like, slow it down, and they're like, we're super slow. Speed it up. All right, are we done? You know. That's it. All right, let's go. What do you got?
Story of your wife's life.
What's that?
All right. I said story of your wife's life.
Yeah, well, she has to give directions, If she's like, hey, hurry up, I can get this shit done, I can slow it down. I'm the guy. We're either fucking for 4 hours or we're fucking for a good 3 minutes and 32 seconds, but no one is counting. That's it. That's your only option. If you're like, I want to go 16 minutes, like, bitch, that's not the way my penis works. 4 hours or 3 minutes and 32 seconds. Ha.
There's no in between.
No in between. Either way, she's unsatisfied, and I'm like, that's what every wife wants. To be unsatisfied one way or the other.
You brought her to visit Batista.
Yeah, that's why I just keep her away from Batista. Batista probably has to be like in a 5-mile radius of my wife, and he'll be like, oh, I fucked her. I'm like, she wasn't even in the room. She's like, I'm Batista. Like, okay.
What are you gonna do when you see your wife just start walking around wearing Evolution shirts? Will you know?
My wife doesn't even watch pro wrestling. She's embarrassed. She's like, what does your husband do? He's a writer. What does he write? Yeah. Well, what does your husband do?
Let's change topic. All right, so on NXT, the first match was kind of a stomp. It was the Ascension against Buddy Murphy and Elias Sampson, who I'm pretty sure that was their premiere on NXT, if I remember right. But yeah, they pretty much got stomped by the Ascension.
Yeah, a lot of people. I don't know how you feel about this because you like gimmicks over wrestling. I'm just not buying the Ascension at all. Like, I go online and they're like, Ascension is the greatest thing ever. I tattooed it on my cock, and I'm like, I don't see it. I just don't. I do not find the Ascension popular, but I think I'm in the minority here.
I don't think they're that great, but I think that they have, like, they could probably groom them into being a decent tag team. And let's be honest, they need more tag team focused wrestlers. Like, you know what I mean? If you want to have because there was a great time in tag teams, like, way back when they were really entertaining.
The Boys, Heart Foundation,
yeah,
Bulldogs.
like, you used to have great tag teams. And I feel like they really need to bring back having a strong tag team division. You have the Usos. The Usos are amazing. Don't ever split that up. And you need to actually get talent for them to wrestle that's good, that are actually tag teams and not just temporary gimmicks off of fucking popular wrestlers like Rock and Sock.
Yeah. No, I agree with you 100%. They tried for like a month or 2 months, maybe 3 months. They tried for like 3 months to make a tag team division, and then like overnight, all the tag teams split up. Like, we tried for 3 months. Let's call it a day. You know what I mean?
All right, we're done. All of you guys are pissed off at each other now. Freedom.
Yeah, it was pretty bad. But I have to give WWE credit. There was a couple months where they tried really hard to make tag team division, but then they just gave up on it.
But the problem is that they try and just mash wrestlers together rather than actually, like, they're teams. Like, build an actual team, build it up in NXT, like what you're doing with the Ascension, and just build up actual teams, and then bring those teams over as a team and don't split them up. Like, make that their thing. They're a team. Keep them together.
Yeah.
Develop them together. And that's how you're going to end up with more USO-like caliber teams. And that'll be awesome, I think, when that actually happens, which it seems like they're trying to do, because they have the Ascension, and then they have the Callisto and what's the other one's name? It's the fat white guy dressed up like a luchador with the actual luchador.
Yeah. And I think they can get over for a long time.
Yeah, like, I feel like those two and the Ascension, they could actually, if they keep grooming, they could end up with 2 decent tag teams to bring over. And not only that, you have a really good tag team that I feel like...
Well, you have the Shield and Wyatts, too. The Shield and Wyatts could also be a part of that tag team division.
Like, you have the Shield, you have the Wyatts, you have the Usos, and you have
the Rhodes Brothers for a couple more months. Yeah, the
Rhodes Brothers. And the
Rhodes
Brothers...
For a couple more months, so eventually.
No.
I think they're probably going to split them up for some reason.
Oh, no, I definitely think that's where they're angling them to. But what I'm saying is, like, that was a team that you had potential to make into a great tag team.
Yeah, and all that, but even though Goldust is old as shit, former ACW champion, ran by me, I saw talent in that kid. Just kidding, he's awesome. But yeah, former ACW champion, and even though he's older, he's in the best shape of his life, having great fucking matches with his brother. So, and I don't think Cody is as great as everyone makes him out to be. I think Cody being in a long-term tag team with his brother might be good, because a lot of people think Cody's main event material. And I think Cody's awesome, but I don't know if he's main event material yet.
No, like, keeping them in a tag team gives him time to get way better. It also, it gives something for Goldust to do on his way out, other than just becoming a jobber.
Yeah.
Because, I mean, like, they could be a really cool tag team. I don't know. I feel like they could, in, like, 6 months' time, have a really decent tag team division, if they really wanted to. But we'll see. We'll see.
Yeah. So,
I mean, like, look at the Wyatts. The Wyatts very easily translate into a tag team, because it is not at all hard to have Bray Wyatt as their manager whenever they're doing tag shit.
Yeah, and I think the Shield could do the same thing with Roman Reigns playing a part of Bray Wyatt.
Yeah, it's super easy. Like I think I said it last week. I know I've said it to you, and I've said it to Martin. Martin doesn't agree with me, but I think Seth Rollins and Dean Ambrose together make a crazy entertaining tag team, because they do so much high-flying shit together. And think back to, like, the Hardy Brothers and shit. People love high-flying. Like, people love it. It's exciting to watch. It's all, from what I've been watching in indie wrestling, it's everywhere in indie wrestling, because it's more dangerous, so it's more entertaining. So you put those two together, and you have a really entertaining high-flying tag team. That's great. And then you have Roman Reigns free to do his solo shit, and you end up with a really good tag team, and a solo act that are all part of the same stable and look out for each other and protect each other. And I don't know. I feel like that's a recipe for success if they play it right. But
yeah,
now
no,
we're going off.
I agree, but I think WWE goes, because to me that seems like it's too much hard work on WWE creative. Where I think building something is, because like the Shield splitting up, or the Wyatt splitting up, or Goldust splitting up, and all these teams splitting up is like super fucking easy writing. You know what I mean? Like, well, we don't know what to do with you. Split up feud. Haha, get it? We did something. But yeah, you did something that's going to last 3 months, where if you kept them as a team and you could write, you could have something great for 3-4 years.
Yeah,
then
they need
have
to look back at the success of like the NWO, massively popular. Degeneration X, massively popular. The Hart Foundation, massively like the Four Horsemen, massively. There's so many stables in history that were insanely popular because they kept the stable together. All the guys still had their solo shit. They still did their own matches and everything, but they were part of a stable and a team, and it meant that they could build off of each other's popularity.
No, I agree with you 100%. I don't know what Martin's drinking, but my whole thing is too is that, you know, they go the cheap, easy route way too much. Like I don't know how if you're old enough to remember this, but one of the biggest turns in WWF's history was Shawn Michaels throwing Marty Jannetty through the glass, you know, at the barbershop, threw him through the glass. And I remember back then, and even people remember it as being one of the best turns of all time. Like, oh my God, I can't believe he did that to Marty. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Dude, you put that same exact storyline on Raw, no one even blinks an eye because they abused it. Like, no one thought we could break up the Rockers. You know, no one thought we could break up the Rockers, but because they were a team for so long and it meant so much. But nowadays, they'll break up a team like 3 weeks in.
Mm-hmm.
All right. You ready? You got more?
Yeah, we got 30 minutes, so we're probably gonna have to speed through most of NXT. But
all right, let's speed.
Next match was the semifinals of the NXT Women's Championship, which was Alexa Bliss against Charlotte Flair. And I have to say, I love Charlotte Flair's wrestling. I fucking love her wrestling. I'll watch Charlotte Flair diva matches all day.
Yeah, hopefully she keeps it going and does great stuff. I mean, the WWE right now is hurting. I know the network didn't do that good. I know there's reports on Forbes how he's not a billionaire, but even that is sketchy. But you know, there's reports, and it just looks like hard times for WWE. But the thing that keeps me going, even the in-ring product is kind of bad at times. WrestleMania 30 was good, but what keeps me going is NXT. I see the potential of NXT. Yeah, I see where it's going. I'm like, wow, that's the future of WWE. But the problem is dun 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 dun. Like, if these NXT guys come up and are really part of the main event roster, that's great. But if they go up to lose to John Cena at the next WrestleMania,
see what I think they're doing wrong is. All right, so say you want to keep doing the status quo on Raw. That's fine. What you should do, make SmackDown and main event more entertaining. Those should be the next step up for someone from NXT.
No, I definitely agree. Yeah, it should be like Major League Baseball, where you go up from step to step.
Yeah, because you go up from NXT and they go into main event and SmackDown, where there are larger crowds, but they're not as big a deal as Raw, and you get more time to develop them. And I think that's great, and you get these talented wrestlers get to put on matches and make two mostly boring nights most of the times way more entertaining. And then eventually you have them mash into the main roster, and they just become amazing. And
I agree with that. I think it should be done like Major League Baseball. You start off at NXT. You're good enough, you go to main event. You're good enough, you go to Superstars, or maybe Superstars less. So NXT, Superstars, main event, SmackDown, then you make it to Raw. Because then even the big crowds have seen you by then. And not only that, but you're not stuck in NXT as a wrestler, and as a fan, we're not stuck watching main event and fucking Superstars.
Yeah, like it would be great. But all right, so after the Charlotte Flair match, which I think Charlotte Flair is great, was Mojo Rawley and Aiden English, where Mojo Rawley beat Aiden English. I didn't think it was that great. I don't personally get into either of the characters. Like, I don't think Mojo's gimmick is really appealing to me, and I definitely don't like Aiden English. But that's just me. I just don't see the appeal of either gimmick. So I wasn't that into the match.
Yeah, the Mojo guy, I just think they got the wrong guy for it. Like, I see the gimmick, but then I'm like, he's not the guy for that gimmick. And the English Aiden guy, he's a real singer, and like I said, I think he's gonna be the NXT. He's gonna get NXT. The young kids at that college are gonna absolutely love him, and then they're gonna skip him right to Raw, and it's gonna be a huge stadium of people going, "What the fuck just happened?" He's gonna be like the Lemon guy. I think he's gonna get over like crazy on NXT, and that's why your Major League Baseball ranking system works better. But I think he's going to get crazy over on NXT. They're going to bring him up to the big leagues like they did with who's the Be a Lemon guy that used to be a Spider-Man character?
Adam Rose, and he's amazing.
But I think he's going to get the same reaction as Adam Rose. He's going to come on and be like, in the WWE, and people are like, what the fuck is this? You know what I mean? So I think, to go back to a conversation we had 5 seconds ago, I think people like Adam Rose, people like Big E, Emma, all these people that they're bringing up, I think would do a lot better if they had a developmental system like we talked about earlier.
Oh, yeah. And
Because don't you see him being rushed to Raw and just the live audience being like, what the fuck is this?
Yeah, I really see them trying to rush Mojo and then Mojo just falling flat.
Yeah, well, both of them, too. Yeah, I can see both of them pulling a Rose here. I guess that's what we'll call it from now on.
Whoa. We're not calling it a Rose, because I think Rose is great, sir.
Yes, but he's still getting the NXT treatment.
Yeah, he is.
All right.
So next match was Colin Cassidy and Angelo Dawkins, which wasn't really that amazing. Like, it was a good match. It was a good, NXT match. But I wasn't hugely into it. I like Colin Cassidy. I think he's going to be really big one day, but I'm not hugely into it.
But that day is not today.
Yeah.
Yeah, I wasn't into this match at all, to be honest with you. Yeah, so we'll just skip it along. It happened.
All right. And then
it wasn't bad, it wasn't good, it just happened.
Then we had the three-way for the NXT number 1 contenders match.
Who the fuck is the guy with the fucking selfie?
That's Tyler Breeze, the model.
Fuck him.
That's his
Fuck
gimmick.
Tyler Breeze. Listen, we get it. You're good looking. You got a gimmick. You're going to be rushed up to Raw. Congratulations. Get the fuck out of this match.
I won't lie, though. I do like his finisher, the beauty shot.
My whole thing about this was, it was like, this is going to be the awesome match. Why is Tyler Breeze there? Oh, this match is why is Tyler Breeze there? Tyler Breeze, all over this match, okay? I just, why? It was such a great fucking match. Why? Why Tyler Breeze was in it? Why? It's just, the NXT title should mean something, and Tyler Breeze shouldn't be there. And once again, playing the part of Daniel Bryan is not Eric Young, but is El Generico. I feel bad for El Generico because he's over. He's a great wrestler. He's a small guy. So that means you have to fucking wait your turn and break your fucking neck before they even give you a shot, which is bullshit.
All right, so all in all, you weren't super stoked with that match just because of Tyler.
I was super stoked with that match, but it was like, know what it is? It's like having a threesome. It's you, it's Lana, and then fucking Howard Finkel comes in. You're like, yes, I'm glad I'm having fucking sex with Lana, but why the fuck is Howard Finkel in bed with us?
Because you invited him, you fucking weirdo.
Well, no, I think it's one of those things like the match. You just forced it, and Lana comes up to you like, you want to have a three-way? And you don't even give a shit what the fuck's going on. You're like, fuck yeah. And then you're like, whoa. I thought I was the only fat, ugly guy in here. So, that's what it's like. It was like I was excited to be in bed with Lana and excited to see this great match, but, I didn't fucking need Michael Cole to be in the fucking bed with me. Yeah, it didn't stop me. I still enjoyed it, but at the same time, it could have been a lot better by just subtracting one. And I'm sure,
I don't know. I felt like he made parts of it entertaining. I liked the beauty shot. I think it's a cool move. Well, I think it's mostly made cool by all his fucking leg shit makes it look more flashy. Like all his fucking floating shit on his legs. But anyways, we'll move on to SmackDown because we got 20 minutes. All right, so SmackDown, because I know a lot of people don't like watching SmackDown. Like, as soon as I watched the Bray Wyatt spot with Cena and Bray Wyatt's like whole thing reaction back, I remember I messaged you. I was like, dude, SmackDown's actually pretty good so far. Because I really like Bray Wyatt's spot on that. I thought it was great. Because I was losing interest in the Bray Wyatt storyline, and that spot made me interested again.
Yeah, SmackDown, we don't do a review on YouTube, and I really don't watch it just because a lot of times, not the last couple of weeks haven't been this way, but a lot of times it's, well, these matches are shitty, and this is what happened on Raw, and 90% of it's a recap on Raw, so we don't really do a review. Maybe if they keep doing good shows, we will. But I really, if it wasn't for you saying, watch SmackDown, I probably would never watch SmackDown. It's like, whatever. So, I don't know. It's just, SmackDown, when Paul Heyman ran it, was amazing. SmackDown, when it was two separate things, were cool because you had the hope of, I, as a wrestling fan, I'm going pure wrestling fan here. I know that's bad in fucking wrestling online community bullshit, but I'm a fan. I always, when it was SmackDown and Raw as two separate shows, dreamed of one of the shows having everyone I liked and one of the shows having everyone I hated. But then when they combined the shows and it didn't matter, it was like, I'll just watch Raw. Hopefully if they keep having good stuff on SmackDown, I'll watch it. But go on.
All right, so after that, after the awesome Bray Wyatt spot, there was the ad showing that Bo Dallas is coming next week, which I don't give a shit about. I hate Bo Dallas. Like I love Bo Dallas. I hate
we do not see eye to eye on this.
I hate the gimmick so much.
Dude, I love the gimmick because my whole thing is you did something great. You stopped watching wrestling and came back, and I reward you for that. You are a better person for stop watching wrestling during its bad times. I sat through it all, and the reason why I love Bo Dallas is he's literally the anti-John Cena. See, I don't think you had to put up with John Cena. And the best part is that it's catching on that he's the anti-Cena, that WWE actually made a statement. And this statement cracked me up because all the fans were like, why do you love Bo Dallas? Because a lot of people don't understand. A lot of people are like, why do people love Bo Dallas? You're probably in that boat,
Yeah, I don't get it.
And I'll tell you why I love Bo Dallas and most people love Bo Dallas. Bo Dallas is the anti-Cena. He is literally making fun of Cena every step of the way. Like, he is John Cena, but he's
a parody of John Cena.
Yeah, he's a parody of John Cena, and he's not a bad wrestler, and he does a good job, and his face just fucking matches the character of how. And then the best part is that everyone online is like, he's the anti-Cena. He's making fun of Cena. That's why we fucking love him. He's, he is fucking John Cena. Context.
Maybe he is.
But the best part about it all is WWE felt obligated to leave a comment. And their comment was, Bo Dallas is just making fun of generic pro wrestlers. And it was the ultimate fucking home run. Because no one said anything about it making fun of generic wrestlers. Everyone that likes Bo Dallas is like, he's the anti-Cena. Oh my God, this is fucking great. This is how John Cena really is. And the WWE is like, no. He's not making fun of John Cena. He's making fun of generic fucking wrestlers. And I'm like, home fucking run, touchdown, hat trick. I'm going home. Dude, I was just like, dun, 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 dun. Dude, there's nothing better than WWE making a statement of, he's making fun of generic pro wrestlers. Because everyone that's been stuck watching this shitty product is like, they love Bo Dallas because, A, it's kind of tongue-in-cheek, but he's the Colbert of John Cena. You know how, there's, like, a news, there's Papa Bear or whatever, fucking O'Reilly, and then there's Colbert making fun of O'Reilly, and a lot of it is that it's a parody, and that's why it's so much fucking funnier. But he is the Daily Show. He is the Colbert Report. He's the Colbert Report of John Cena. And the thing is, if you haven't watched John Cena and suffered like we have, you're just like, I don't get the jokes. It's kind of like if you watch the Colbert Report, and you might not get all the jokes because he's being a parody of the right wing, you know? Dude, he is the Colbert of John Cena. And the fact that WWE came out publicly going, no, he's making fun of generic wrestlers, was just the icing on the cake. I was just like, I love this fucking guy. You know, like, I don't know if they did that on purpose just to fucking, you know, because, like, everyone gets worked all the time. There's a part of me that was such a bad statement that I wonder if they did that on purpose just to us to love Bo Dallas even more. You know, but I think if you, like you stopped watching and people have stopped watching and they're coming back and they're like, well, why does people like Bo Dallas? Because you didn't have to suffer through John Cena week after week after week, you know? So I think that's why people that have not left and come back love Bo Dallas a lot more than just came back from the pipe bomb or just came back because of the Shield. I think people that have had to suffer through John Cena will love Bo Dallas a lot more than people that just said, you know what, I'm not watching John Cena. So I think that's why we love him. He is the Colbert of John Cena. And it's just, and in NXT, he does it so fucking perfectly. And it's a documentary of how, I don't know how true it is, but it's the documentary of how Cena, and I don't want to say Cena haters, pro wrestling fans see John Cena. Like, people see John Cena as Bo Dallas, and that's why we love him. But I can't wait to see Bo Dallas.
Well, we got to keep going, because we have 14 minutes and 8 matches left.
All right, let's go. Let's speed this up.
All right, so the Usos against Cody Rhodes and Goldust. Thought it was a decent match. It wasn't, like, fantastic or anything, but it was entertaining. Like, I like seeing good tag matches, and the Usos always fucking deliver.
Yeah, I enjoyed this match a lot. There's nothing negative I could say about it, and I wish these guys were feuding for the titles, and I wish this was the main tag team as they started building up others. But it seems like the Usos and Rhodes brothers are not going against each other as much. But if there's a feud that could continue, I wish it was this, and I wish they went all out. All right, go ahead.
All right. Then we have Nikki Bella next was El Torito against Heath Sledger, where El Torito beat Heath Sledger. And Heath Slater. And all that does is make me think Heath Slater's fucking horrible because he got pinned by a midget.
Heath Slater is kind of like this generation's cool jobber. He's like WWE's Glass Joe. So I don't think he's ever going to look strong ever again. You know, I think 3MB is go. Because the whole thing is, I've promoted and booked shows. You want people like Santino and you want people like 3MB. There is something valuable of, I never have to win, but I'm still over. There's something so valuable as a guy who's running a show that has that. Like, a lot of people are like, who do you want? And like, dude, if you can get a guy who can never win but gets huge crowd reactions, so I think he is doing his job great. He's just a real-life Glass Joe. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
But I think this is more Saturday Morning Slam kid stuff. But go on.
Yeah. All right, so the next match was Nikki Bella, Natalya again. Nikki won. Remember when Natty was a good wrestler? I remember that.
Was
she won?
Oh, she used to be really good.
Oh.
But then she went on a reality TV show and ruined her life. But,
all right, and then next match was Dolph Ziggler against Batista, which was because Dolph Ziggler had said Batista hadn't evolved, and Batista, it was a squash.
Yeah.
Which which pisses me off because I like Dolph Ziggler. And
this right here,
he can actually wrestle.
Yeah.
This to me, this match, I think you were probably leaning this way. It's a visualization of the WWE.
Yeah, everything that's wrong with WWE, they displayed on SmackDown on this match. Like, if I don't know how long the match was, but I imagine it was under 10 minutes. If I only had 10 minutes, if I had 10 minutes of time to talk to WWE Creative, just 10 minutes, like we only have 10 minutes left in the show, I would literally hand them this tape and be like, everything on this tape is what's wrong with your company, and then walk away.
Yeah.
That's it. Everything that's wrong with this company is this match.
And then after the match was, of course, Batista just, like, beating the shit out of Ziggler after he got disqualified and just, like, destroying him and leaving him beat up on the ground.
Yeah, poor Ziggler. I don't give up on a lot of stuff, you know. Kocosports has hit hard times, and we're still doing it.
I believe in Ziggler.
I believe in Ziggler, too, but, like, if I was Dolph Ziggler, I would give up. You know, I'd just be like, I would sit in the back like JTG and, you know, the broski guy, the woo-woo-woo guy. I would just sit in the back and not give a shit. I would stop trying now. And the fact that he keeps trying, just as a man, he's better than me, and I'll root for him. I just can't believe he's still trying. There's no way in hell I would try if I was in his position. Like, I would be like, whatever.
Yeah.
Like, he's a better person than most. Most men would have given up. And this is coming from an 03 Marine, dude. He's more man than me. If I was in his position, I would just fucking be... I wouldn't even shave. I wouldn't even work out. You know, I would just give up. And the fact that he doesn't give up, I have a lot of respect for him. Just tons of respect. But I have no idea how long this can go on and him not give up. Dolph
Ziggler love aside, we are running short on time. Because someone ate up the first hour with talks of how they'd have gay sex and eat vagina.
This is a great wrestling topic, sir.
Sheamus versus Titus O'Neil. It was squash match. Like, he brogue kicked him, and that was the end of the match. And it was a horrible, horrible thing. And, like, I hate Sheamus. I don't think there's even really anything else to say.
Sheamus is starting to make John Cena look interesting.
Yeah. And then after that was Santino Marella versus Damian Sandow, which, again, not super exciting. Just fucking Santino came down with Emma, who, you know, I like looking at Emma. I'm okay with that. And then he ended up beating Sandow with the Cobra move, and then Sandow did the CM Punk I'm being held back thing, got his microphone cut, and that's that whole thing is making me hate Sandow. But
yeah. But I wonder if that's his deal or Creative's deal, but whatever's happening, his career is being ruined. I don't know if it's him ruining it. I don't know if it's WWE Creative ruining it, but that guy had a really awesome match against John Cena, and then something happens, and now you feel bad for him, you know? I think he caught the dun 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 dun. Like, you don't have much more time to live once you catch that.
And then our next match was Cesaro against R-Truth, where, it was a squash. Cesaro just crushed R-Truth, like, made him nothing. After a great Paul Heyman intro. So, that match, I mean, at least they're actually putting matches on SmackDown, so I'm happy for that. But, like most of them are just squashes. They're just like, this guy beats this guy in 30 seconds. All right, thanks. I guess Goldberg's back here. You can decide Goldberg for a SmackDown-only contract? All right, and then the final match of the night was your favorite. John Cena had issued the challenge to the Wyatts to pick anyone they wanted to face him. And they made it look like the whole Wyatt family was going to go in all together and jump him. And then the Usos showed up to make it stay even and chased off the Wyatts and made them pick one. And it ended up Eric Rowan against John Cena. And it was actually... Rowan, I think, is really entertaining for his size. I think he's awesome for how big he is. And Rowan made the match really entertaining. And then the whole Wyatt and the Usos outside the ring kept it entertaining, too. For once, John Cena didn't kill a match for me, though.
So Cole is still winning 3-1.
Except then John Cena won.
Of course.
Because, Wyatt interfered, Bray interfered, and then after that, the Usos came to Cena's aid, and then there was the, he did the attitude adjustment and won, and it was like, oh, okay, So
Dun, 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 dun.
couldn't have had Rowan win. Couldn't have had
Of
it
course
be
not.
DQ.
The same way he couldn't let Umaga win. He's a fucking cocksucker.
I would have been okay
But-
with it being a DQ too. Like,
Yeah.
I don't know.
My whole thing is, I'm going to be completely honest, did not watch any of this match.
Wow.
I saw the Usos come down and make the save and turned it off. I was thinking they said he could challenge anyone. I thought he was going to bring out a kid. I was like, oh,
That
that's
would've-
fucking mind games. But then, like, when it wasn't a kid and the Usos came down, I'm like, yeah, I've seen this. Click.
Yeah, I thought it was going to be a 3v3 again, and I was starting to lose interest. And then it was actually Rowan against Cena, and I think Rowan's really entertaining. Like, I like Rowan's style.
So, do we give him? Does John Cena get 2 points, or does he squeak out of this without getting a point?
It's tough because the rest of the match was so entertaining that I like the
All right,
other
let's-
aspects of it. I don't
It is
know.
if he
No,
keeps
I
the
feel like
crowd.
he killed it though.
All right, let's give him a point. We got to be fair. We gave what's his name 3. But the problem with this is too. Should Cole's points count as more? Because Cena's on TV like 4 times a week. We'll have to figure out a formula
How
where
many
it's
times
even.
is Cole on TV?
Maybe once or twice a month.
Ooh, yeah. Cole's points have to count for like triple then.
All right, we'll have to figure out a point system.
So we'll say this month Cole has 9.
9-2.
Yeah, 9-2.
All right, 9-2.
But we're starting late in the month, and I still believe in Cena.
Yes.
Because Payback's going to count for this.
Well, we'll keep this contest going until Con Artist Entertainment kicks us off the air.
All right. Then we have 4 minutes left, so rumors. Apparently Hulk Hogan got booked for SmackDown and Raw.
Yeah, they're advertising in Japan. They're advertising him for house shows.
Yeah.
They're advertising Hulk Hogan coming in this summer for Raw and SmackDown house show. Granted, it's just an appearance. It's not a match, but still, it's Hulk Hogan in Japan, so people are probably getting excited.
I mean, it's useful, though, to have him come in right now with the void created by the Bryan injury. Hulk Hogan's a great person to have come and be like, though personally, if I were them, I would have been like, Rock, please, Rock, come back.
Yeah, but the problem
just for a month.
Rock has movie star money. Rock made more money last year. Rock made more money last year than John Cena did his whole career. What money are you going to throw at him? And not only that, but The Rock kind of has something called pride. And, the reason Rock didn't return when he could have is because they were like, you know what, you treated me like crap. So I don't see The Rock returning. I know he has a Hall of Fame coming up this year, but I don't see him returning. Maybe Hulk Hogan making an appearance. But the problem is, WWE sucks at telling mid-carders. If you built up your mid-carder, because what they do is they have main eventers like Cena, Daniel Bryan, CM Punk, whoever the main eventer is, and they beat the fuck out of everyone, and everyone else is a joke. But when CM Punk walks, when John Cena, doesn't get a crowd reaction, when Daniel Bryan hurts his fucking neck because he had to bust his ass in 97 matches because you had to work the fucking crowd. When shit like that happens, it's just fucking disappointing because that's when you need a good mid-card. Your Intercontinental title and U.S. title should mean a lot because when something like this happens, you can fill in the spot. Now, if Daniel Bryan doesn't come back right away, you either have to give it to a bunch of